There is a truth that echoes deep in the chambers of every human heart, a truth that we are all too often afraid to acknowledge. You cannot be whole until you embrace every part of yourself. The light, the dark, the joy, the pain, the successes, the failures, they all belong to you. And you cannot truly know who you are until you stop running from the parts of yourself that you have been taught to fear, to hide, or to shame. Since childhood, we are conditioned to hide the parts of us that the world deems unacceptable. The tears, the anger, the fears, the raw, unfiltered emotions that rise when life challenges us. We're taught to smile, to please, to conform. But the truth is, the more you suppress who you are, the less of yourself you become. Every time you bury a piece of your essence, you bury your wholeness. You become fragmented. You begin to live as a shadow of your true self, haunted by the parts of you that remain unexpressed, untold, and unseen. This is not living. This is existing, trapped in a life that feels small, constricted, incomplete. A life where you chase the external validation of others to fill the void inside you, never realizing that the true validation can only come from the acceptance of yourself, all of yourself. To be whole, you must stop denying the parts of yourself you find uncomfortable or inconvenient. You must stop running from your own truth, from the parts of your soul that feel too heavy to carry, because it's in the acceptance of these parts that you find your true strength. The raw, untapped power that lies dormant within you until you give it the space to breathe. What are the parts of you that you have been hiding? The anger that you've been taught is unfeminine or unattractive. The vulnerabilities that you've been told is a weakness. The failures that you keep buried because you don't want to be seen as less than perfect. The shame that you carry because you think you are not enough. Every part of you is necessary. The darkness within you, the grief, the rage, the fear, the shame, these are not your enemies. They are the pieces of you that have been ignored for too long. The parts of you that are trying to rise to the surface, to be acknowledged, to be healed, they are the road to your power, because when you embrace these pieces, you become whole, you become unstoppable. There is a lie that has been perpetuated for centuries. The lie that strength is only in the light, that power is only in the smile, the quiet, the calm. But strength, true strength, comes from embracing both your light and your shadow. You cannot know true strength unless you are willing to step into your own darkness, the parts of you that have been forgotten, denied, or rejected. Think about the greatest figures in history. Think about those who shaped the world. They didn't run from their darkness. They didn't hide their struggles. They stood in the fire and became forged by it. They became whole through the acceptance of their complexities. The anger, the ambition, the doubts, they didn't run from them. They used them. This is what makes a woman truly powerful, the ability to stand in her full truth, to embrace her light and her dark, to own every part of who she is, and to move forward in the world with no apology. She understands that she is not defined by any one part of her. She is the sum of her light and her darkness, and it is in the balance of these elements that her true power lies. What would happen if you stopped running from your shadows? What would happen if you stopped pretending to be something you're not? What if instead of hiding the parts of you that make you uncomfortable, you accepted them as part of your own unique, powerful self? You would become whole, and in your wholeness, you would become magnetic. The world would no longer have the power to make you feel small. You would stop shrinking to fit into the boxes that society has created for you. You would rise above the noise, above the judgment, above the limitations that the world tries to impose. Because when you are whole, when you are authentic, nothing can touch you. No judgment, no criticism, no fear can take away your power. You will become a force to be reckoned with. And that force will not be something that comes from being perfect. It will come from the strength that you've built by facing your own imperfections, by loving the parts of you that others have told you to hide. when you accept the fullness of yourself, when you stop running from the darkness and begin to heal the wounds that you've carried for so long, you will begin to see the world differently. You will stop seeing yourself as broken, as incomplete, as not enough. And you will start seeing yourself as whole, as powerful, as capable of creating the life you want. But to get there, to truly stand in your power, you must first face your deepest fears. You must look into the mirror and see yourself, all of you. You must look at your shadows, your flaws, your mistakes, and say, I accept you. Because only when you can accept every part of yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, can you stand in your full, unapologetic power. It's not about perfection. It's about wholeness. It's about accepting yourself fully with all the contradictions, all the chaos, all the complexities that make you who you are. When you stop judging yourself, when you stop trying to fit into a mold, when you stop seeking validation from the outside, you will find freedom. And that freedom is the key to unlocking your potential. It's the key to living a life of authenticity, of purpose, of passion. Because when you stop pretending to be someone you're not, when you embrace your light and your dark, you begin to create a life that is true to who you really are, a life of power, of fulfillment, and of deep, unwavering peace. So take a deep breath and stop running from yourself. Look into the mirror and accept every part of who you are. Embrace your darkness and let your light shine even brighter. Stop hiding. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for who you are. You are whole. You are complete. And you are worthy of everything the world has to offer. When you embrace every part of yourself, you will find the strength, the courage, and the power to become the person you were always meant to be. And nothing in this world will ever be able to stop you. Because the woman who is whole is unstoppable. Imagine the freedom, the profound liberation that awaits you on the other side of your self-acceptance. Visualize the life you would lead if you stopped silencing your voice, if you let every piece of your soul speak its truth without apology. Feel the power coursing through your veins when you finally say, this is who I am, and I am enough. It's easy to love the parts of ourselves that shine in the sunlight or kindness, our accomplishments, our strengths, but true self-love demands more. It demands courage. Courage to embrace the parts of ourselves we fear others might reject. Courage to look unflinchingly at the scars we've collected over time, the bruises of past failures, the echoes of past hurts, and to recognize that these scars are not evidence of weakness. They are badges of survival, proof of your resilience. You see, your strength does not lie in hiding your imperfections, but in proudly owning them, wearing them boldly like armor, understanding they are the very pieces that make your story unique, compelling, and beautifully human. The wounds you've suffered are not your downfall. They are your greatest teachers, each scar telling a story of your capacity to endure, to rise, to evolve. The greatest tragedy of all is to move through life as a half-lived version of yourself. To live your life shaped by the expectations of others, bound by the chains of societal conditioning, imprisoned by your own fears. True transformation comes when you shatter these chains, when you understand that the path to fulfillment lies not in pleasing everyone else, but in honoring yourself. This is your time, your moment to reclaim yourself fully. It is your chance to step into the center of your own life and say, no more hiding, no more shrinking, no more apologizing. Let your voice tremble with honesty if it must. Let your hands shake with uncertainty if they must. Because bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's understanding that real authenticity is messy, complex, and sometimes uncomfortable. But authenticity is also undeniably powerful. Imagine the ripple effect when you step fully into your wholeness. When you stand boldly and unapologetically in your truth, you give others permission to do the same. Your bravery becomes a beacon. illuminating the path for those who still live trapped in their shadows. You become a leader not by title or by force, but by the profound courage of your example. You change the world simply by refusing to shrink, by refusing to silence the parts of yourself others have deemed unacceptable. You deserve a life that reflects all of you, a life that honors your authenticity. You deserve relationships that celebrate your true essence, not relationships that require you to hide your light or bury your truth. You deserve work that aligns with your deepest passions, dreams that reflect your highest visions, and a heart that beats fully, openly, and unapologetically in rhythm with your soul's truth. And as you rise, as you become fully yourself, you'll notice something extraordinary begin to happen. The world around you shifts to meet you. Opportunities appear where there once were walls. Connections deepen where there once was isolation. Confidence blooms where there once was self-doubt. Because the energy of self-acceptance is magnetic, it draws into your life the people, places, and experiences that resonate deeply with your authentic self. So today, begin the journey inward. Begin by facing your shadows with compassion, courage, and curiosity. Ask yourself, who would I become if I fully embraced every part of myself? Allow yourself to imagine the power of standing fully in your truth. Let go of the illusion that perfection equals worthiness, and instead choose to celebrate your beautiful, complicated humanity. When you finally choose self-acceptance, you are choosing freedom. When you finally choose authenticity, you are choosing power. When you finally choose wholeness, you are choosing a life so rich, so fulfilling, and so true that nothing and no one can diminish it. Remember always, you are worthy not in spite of your flaws, but because of them. You are powerful not because you hide your wounds, but because you wear them proudly. And you are unstoppable, no, because life is easy, but because you have chosen to face yourself and love every single part of the remarkable being that you are. Stand tall, step forward, embrace your entirety, and watch as your life unfolds into a masterpiece of your own, making fully authentic, profoundly powerful, and beautifully whole. And now, take a breath and realize the profound truth of your existence. You were never meant to be a diluted version of yourself. Your essence was never meant to fit neatly into society's expectations, quietly tucked away. You were meant to expand, to overflow, to live vividly and courageously, embracing every part of you as necessary, meaningful, and exquisitely beautiful. There is power in standing in your truth, in looking at your fear squarely and declaring, you will not define me. You will not hold me captive any longer. Because every fear you confront diminishes in the presence of your acceptance. It becomes smaller, less imposing, until it is merely a stepping stone on your path to becoming fully you. Understand this deeply. When you deny parts of yourself, you deny parts of your strength. You deny your resilience, your courage, your authenticity. But when you accept every shadow, every scar, every struggle, you reclaim a strength so powerful it changes not just your inner world, but everything around you. Your authenticity becomes your armor. Your self-acceptance becomes your shield. And from within this secure fortress, your true potential blossoms freely and fearlessly. Remember, you are not alone in this journey toward self-acceptance. Around the world, countless others are awakening, realizing their true power lies not in perfection, but in embracing their raw humanity. This collective awakening, this brave choice to accept our whole selves will reshape the world. It will create spaces where authenticity thrives, where compassion grows, and where true strength is measured not by appearances, but by depth, honesty, and heart. Imagine a world filled with women who have embraced their full selves, who walk confidently, speak boldly, love deeply, and live fiercely. Imagine communities where vulnerability is not weakness, but strength, where openness is honored, where the courage to stand fully in one's truth is celebrated. This is the world you help create. Every time you choose authenticity over conformity, truth over pretense, wholeness over fragmentation. So right now, right here, commit to yourself that you will never again shrink your light to make others comfortable. Promise yourself you will never again silence your truth to please the world around you. Decide that you are worthy not someday, not once you've perfected yourself, but right now, exactly as you are. Speak to yourself gently yet firmly. I choose to honor my whole self. I choose to accept every part of me. I choose to step fully into my power. Because you are a masterpiece, complex, intricate, imperfectly perfect. You were not designed to be ordinary, to blend in, or to hide. You were designed to stand out, to shine brilliantly, to inspire, to lead, and to transform. The woman who owns all of herself, her shadows and her light, her triumphs and her trialsis. The woman who transforms everything she touches. She is the woman who brings strength to her relationships, clarity to her dreams, and depth to her purpose. She is the woman whose very presence inspires others to seek their own truth, their own authenticity, their own power. This is your legacy. This is your purpose. To be fully you, unapologetically, courageously, authentically you. So, embrace your wholeness. Welcome home every part of yourself that you've been hiding. Feel the deep joy, the profound peace, the unshakable power of finally being all of who you are. You were born for this. You were built for this. You are ready for this. And in this moment right now, declare to yourself and to the world around you, I'm whole, I'm authentic, and I am unstoppable. Feel these words resonate deep within your core, vibrating through every cell in your being, igniting a fire that has long been waiting to be awakened. Recognize that you are the architect of your own liberation. The key you've been searching for lies in your willingness to see, to feel, to embrace every hidden corner of your soul. Now, as you step boldly into the fullness of your being, acknowledge the profound beauty of your complexity. Realize that within your contradictions, your vulnerabilities, your struggles, and your triumphs lies a story uniquely yours, a tapestry woven from threads both dark and luminous. Your narrative is rich precisely because of the intricacies you hold. Never again diminish yourself to fit into someone else's limited perception of who you should be. Never again apologize for the vastness of your soul, the fierceness of your spirit, or the intensity of your emotions. Remember, those who truly belong in your life will never ask you to shrink. They will celebrate your expansion. They will honor your courage to be fully seen. They will stand beside you, inspired by your journey, uplifted by your authenticity, and empowered by your truth. You see, authenticity carries with it an undeniable energy, an unmistakable magnetism. It attracts others who are also choosing to live bravely, genuinely, and without reservation. And as you continue to rise into your wholeness, you create a circle of strength around you, a tribe defined not by perfection, but by honesty, vulnerability, courage, and love. This is the secret the world rarely tells us. True belonging never comes from blending in, it arises from standing boldly in who you are. The deepest connections come not from hiding our imperfections, but from daring to show them. Real intimacy, real power, real love emerge when we remove the masks and allow others to witness our humanity in its beautiful entirety. As you step forward into this profound authenticity, watch closely as your fears begin to dissolve, your insecurities fade, and your inner critic quiets. When you embrace all parts of yourself, your internal battles transform into peace, and you begin to trust your own voice more than any voice outside yourself. This self-trust is sacred ground. It is the foundation upon which you build a life of purpose, passion, and power. From this place, you no longer need approval, validation, or applause from others. You no longer crave external proof of your worthiness. You become anchored in the deep knowing that you are enough, that you have always been enough. From this knowing, you move differently through the world. You speak differently, love differently, create differently. In your wholeness, you inspire others simply by being yourself, without effort, without force, without fear. You illuminate the path forward for everyone still lost in their own shadows. Your courage grants others permission to heal their own wounds, embrace their own complexity, and reclaim their own power. Your journey is not linear. You will encounter setbacks, doubts, moments of darkness and uncertainty. But remember, even these moments are invitations to deepen your self-love, to reaffirm your commitment to authenticity, to recommit to your wholeness. When doubt whispers, remind yourself, I am worthy exactly as I am. When fear rises, remind yourself, I am brave enough to face every shadow. When insecurity creeps in, remind yourself, my imperfections are my power. Anchor yourself in these truths every day. Keep them close, repeat them often, and watch as they transform your entire life. The path forward will unfold clearly, illuminated by your unwavering belief in yourself. Your authenticity will open doors you never imagined. Your self-acceptance will awaken dreams you once thought impossible. Your courage to fully inhabit your truth will create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life, reshaping the world one heart, one soul, one courageous step at a time. So, walk forward bravely, speak your truth boldly, love fiercely and unapologetically, embrace every facet of yourself with compassion, curiosity, and pride. You are not here by accident. You are here to awaken, to inspire, to heal, and to empower. Your voice is needed, your story is valuable, your truth is transformative. This moment is yours. This choice is yours. And your life, this precious, sacred gift is waiting for you to fully claim it, fully inhabit it, fully embrace it. You are powerful beyond measure. You are whole beyond doubt. You are worthy beyond question. Step into your truth, own your story, and know deep in your bones that the world is waiting for the woman who has finally decided to stop running from herself. Welcome home to yourself. Welcome to your power. Welcome to the extraordinary life that has always been yours to live. And finally, remember this: the journey back to yourself is never easy. It demands relentless courage, unwavering patience, and unconditional love for who you are. But it is in those very moments when you dare to face your darkness, when you choose to love the broken pieces, that you discover the brightest light within. You are not a fragmented puzzle piece, nor an incomplete story. You are the sum of every experience, every emotion, every wound, and every triumph. And when you live fully embraced in that truth, nothing in this world can break you. Because the truly powerful woman is the one who loves herself fiercely, stands unshakable through every storm, and shines from within without needing anyone's permission. That woman is you. Step forward, live fully, and show the world that no one can stop a woman who has become whole and unstoppable. You are whole, you are strength, and this magnificent life, your life, is waiting for you to write your story with all the courage and light you carry inside. Live fully, be yourself, and be unstoppable.